everybody, I'm laying in my bed today. Apparently I'm still tired. I wanted to let you know that I can't believe it, but the changing of the constellations is already upon us. Tomorrow is a dark moon heralding the beginning of Virgo, and the constellation Virgo will be more easily visible in the night sky as we will be having a dark moon. It is at this time when you can connect to the stars in a very strong way and the qualities of Virgo. And the fixed star in Virgo is Spica. Spica is represented by a little bird and can actually be used to gain wealth. The Virgo constellation, when they draw the figure of the lady, is got an ear of wheat, I believe, in her right hand, depending on what you read. This, of course, indicates the time for harvest. Fall is starting and Mabon is upon us. So pretty soon the days will be shorter and the nights will be longer. One of the qualities, they say, of the Virgo is silence, and that is to start to go within and listen to your inner voice and develop intuition. This is a wonderful time, and this is usually when I start to feel the veil thinning, and I start to see my clairvoyance be stronger that time of year when Mabon starts. Now, you would think Virgo would be called the Virgin and the Maiden, but in fact, she is called the Earth Mother. In relation to Astarte, the dark goddess, it is a time where you would look up at the stars. And I'm sure the farmers were looking to the constellations and the movement of them for when it was time for harvest and when it was time to plant. So again, it seems to have to do with agriculture, of course. That makes sense. But it also has to do with the aspect of the Earth Mother. Sorry, there's a lot of noise around here today. In the sense that she is in the sense that she is I forgot what I was going to say. So this book here is by Gail Wood, and I've talked about it before. Writes for the Dark Moon and the Dark Moon Path, Gail Wood, and she explains what each aspect of the Dark Moon goddess is, and then she has rituals. So I've mentioned before that it's kind of heady if you're not accustomed to starting yet on a path of nature-based religion. But she has her own suggestions here where you would cast a circle and then you would call the guardians and the elementals, and then you would summon the north, then you'd summon the east, then you'd summon the south, then you'd summon the west, then you would evoke the goddess, and the mother goddess is listed here as Demeter. And then the god would be Hades. And then she has a speech that you could go through for the ritual. And this is just going to help to connect you to nature-based religion, how we connect to the earth, how we create ourselves a sacred space by casting a circle, and then by calling the directions. This is really a mini ceremony, like ceremonial magic. Which is what witchcraft is. It's just a miniaturized version of ceremonial magic. And then, of course, you bring in the god for balance. And another thing she mentioned in here about Virgo is about balance. Now, there are some qualities and traits of Virgo that you might be familiar with. It has a strong sense of what's right and what's wrong, what's ethical, and being very ethical with relationships and how you treat your spouse, and honor, I would say. And it could be a little bit judgmental. But I have Venus in Virgo, and I think it was Hermes who stated that this seems to be similar to a position of Mercury conjunct Venus, which is very good. This can be good for business. And the fixed star Spica is about wealth, abundance. It could work with you in a variety of ways, but it generally does indicate recognition fast, like becoming famous overnight, which probably took 30 years, right, of preparation. But if I was to make a talisman of Spica, you would, if you can draw a little tiny bird, find a talisman of Spica on Google Images. Some stationery stores have these little stamps that you, with a little bird on it, and you could stamp a piece of wax with Spica and use that as a portable talisman to help you concentrate on the star Spica. You know, whether the moon is coming close to it or not, it's you connecting to the stars. And the star energy, of course, as I've said many times, I love, because it can override negative aspects that are in your chart. That did it for me. And then the dark moon just, you know, became much more attractive to me. So there's my star, by the way, which I've strung with purple lights, but I'm not turning it on right now because I don't want the neighbors to see through the window. I have a neighbor who just loves to sit outside. She's so good with her dog. She has that dog outside several times a day, and she walks him twice a day. So my cats have gotten to know the dogs, and vice versa. But it's still kind of hot and humid today. That could be one reason why I'm tired. I don't know. I'm sorry. Excuse me. But if you decide to connect yourself to the dark moon tomorrow and allow yourself to take it easy so that you can rest and regenerate, star energy will help you do that. Think about Virgo. Think about the constellation. Think about Spica. Okay, and what it is that you'd like to do. And see if the energy of Spica. And go out and look at the stars. Go out and gaze at the stars. It's a wonderful, wonderful energy for clearing the mind. All right, take care. I will talk to you later.